I am gaming. I am gaming. I am gaming podcast.
Hey everybody, my name is Ivica. Thank you so much for being on the latest episode of I'm Gaming Podcast. This is a podcast about the video game industry, entrepreneurship, gaming nostalgia, high concepts about creativity, and many more stuff I find to be in the same realm of business and creative ventures. Like always, first and foremost, a big, incredible, huge, ginormous thanks goes to my podcast Patreon supporters who make this podcast possible. Without your generous donations, I would not be able to keep doing what I'm doing here and churn out new episodes each week. So everyone, please check out my Patreon supporters in the description below. The same links will take you to their pages, YouTube channels, websites, NFT projects, and so much more, all of which is amazing. So again, thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, and if you'd like to support me as well, check out my page on Patreon. It's in the description below. This episode is 170, and it revolves around the notion that it is important to test out the principles of whatever venture process you're engaged in, not the means of getting there. So there's a small story behind this that I want to share, and the whole process got me thinking about this. It happened just a few days ago when I talked to my friends, and I said that we're planning on a family level to buy a solar oven so that we can use it to dry out fruit, because we have a lot of fruit that usually goes bad. We don't eat it as much as we should, and drying it out on the sunny side of our flat, which has a lot of sunshine, especially during like longer days in the year, is a possibility. However, a solar oven, even though it's really cool and comes with a lot of stuff like solar flaps that kind of condense the rays, is pretty expensive. And one of my friends actually said something that I didn't think about at all. He told me that I should just test out the solar capacity of our balcony using a simple pot with a glass lid, which we already have, and with basically a t-shirt that I put inside of the pot, which is dark, and the whole setup with the lid. I basically have a solar oven already. It's not going to be as effective as a fully built and custom-made solar oven, but it's going to test the principle. And I was completely focused on the idea of testing the means, which would include buying the solar oven and possibly figuring out that I don't want to use it, it's not giving us what we're looking for, bunch of other stuff, without actually testing the principle, which is important. So my friend told me that, and I immediately thought of many other different domains where the same concept should be applied, especially when it comes, for example, in game design and game development. A lot of times people will focus on the principle less, but the means of getting there more. How does this reflect, for example, in, like I said, the process of game development? Well, often people will get focused on the means of achieving some particular goal. For example, getting tools that will help you manage tasks or produce a type of art or have a framework where you're creating the game and stuff, big and small. However, when they're testing out things, they will test these elements and not the principles of the things they're trying to achieve. Do you want to have more fun in your game? Do you want to have more engagement? Do you want to have or go for higher levels of conversion if you're having, for example, a free-to-play game or a mobile game? Many of these things are valid questions, but the important thing in development is to test out the principle of these focused processes and not the means of achieving them through tools or softwares or methodologies of organization or whatnot. It's not easy, it's not simple, but my example of a solar oven will definitely show me if this is feasible, viable or not, without the need to actually buy the oven itself and then decide it's not going to work or it's dumb or stuff like that, where the money is lost already. In game development that happens all the time, and processes in teams are focused on the means and they should be focused on the destination or the principle itself. It's not easy to figure out how should that work or take place, but the ability to have that element or have that mindset is already a good start, and the ability to recognize that we're focusing on the means and not the destination or the principle. The core principle is just as important. So have that in mind and focus on the core principles, on the things that you want to get, not the means of getting there, especially if you have the chance or the possibility of investing money, investing time, investing effort, and then basically seeing it get lost or wasted. So there you have it. That's it for this episode of I'm Gaming Podcast. Hopefully you found this interesting. Hopefully you found it useful. I would love to hear from you in any case. And thanks so much for listening. There is a bunch of means and ways how you can support me. There's my Patreon page. I have books on Amazon. You can send me money directly. But simplest and easiest way to support me is to subscribe to my channel and be here for my new videos. That would be more than enough from any one of you. Once more, thanks for being here, thanks for listening, have a great week, and I'll talk to you in precisely 7 days from now on episode 171. Until then, bye bye.